Hey y'all, it's me, just over here looking at my critters. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One may be on the nest. I am well. I have no residual cough. I have nothing going on. Just here. I don't know where to look when I have this thing turned around. Turn you back around. We're just going to walk here on the farm again today, though. I do have to go up to the graveyard this week and take care of changing the flowers out on the graves. But in the meantime, just look at this green, 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 beautiful green. And I want to show you all what's going on here. We have new things going on right now. Our cows are back home. They got everybody traded out this morning. The one in the front there that has the half white face, her name is Willow. This one coming right behind her, her name is Mama Bill. The one right behind her, I wasn't expecting this. It's nice of them just to kind of parade in front of me right now. This one is either Artemis or Rosebud, and I can't remember for sure who is who. Michaela named Willow, my sister named Rosebud, and Chelsea named Artemis. And then the rest of the cattle are still over there. The one up there that's grazing around the equipment, her name is Ruby Lee. Let me give you the story about Ruby Lee and Mama Bill. Mama Bill is actually, there comes Ruby Lee. No, that's not Ruby Lee. I think that's one of the little steers. Yeah. Ruby Lee's not here yet. There the rest of them come. Good job. Yeah, this is just one of the little steers. Come on, babies. Finish the parade. Do you hear him eating? He's really loud. Okay. All right. And this mama right here is either Rosebud or Artemis. Actually, I don't know. I'm confused, y'all. They just got here today. I'm going to have to get reacquainted with them. But anyway, I saw Ruby Lee coming from way back over yonder. Let's walk over there and see if we can... Look at me, sweetheart. Just look at me. Yeah. Yeah, that's either Rosebud or Artemis. And then the other white face one over there beside the equipment right now, that's another little steer. So we have 2 little steers and 5 mamas. And that's really about all the cattle that this little piece of property can support. Because if you get too many going, then you have to buy hay. And we have enough hay ground to roll the amount of hay that we need. And that's just all we're ever going to keep on the farm. There's Ruby Lee. All right, she's over there in front of the barn. But anyway, let me tell you their story. So Mama Bill is actually... Leave the chickens alone. You see that? Little stink. Little steers, they were pushing each other all over the place with their heads today. So they're just full of vim and vigor. I saw one of them chasing a peacock, and that's not okay. Okay, back to the story. I'm a little distracted. Mama Bill was Jared's cow. He had 2 cows. He was just beginning to build his herd. And so when he left, our neighbors ended up with the 2 mama cows. Yes, there's Ferdinand making lots of noise. Look, Ferdinand's riding the tractor. Let's see if I can go over there and and get a picture of him. That's funny. And Pops forgot that he had the fence down. There's Ferdinand. He's gonna drive the tractor. And Pops went in to have a snack and forgot the fence was down. And the cattle will be over here doing, whatever it is cattle do. Usually just wreaking havoc. Let me put a gate up. I'm never going to get the story of Mama Bill told, am I? All right. That top one should be enough. Okay, here we go again. So we ended up with Mama Bill. She wasn't named at that point in time. Hey, Ruby. Hey, Ruby Lee. Hey, girls. But her number was 504. So Mama Bill was here with us for a couple of years. And then December 31st is Jared's angelversary date. That's the day that he left us. And we woke up in the morning of December 31st, 2020. And that baby had been born. And I just felt like it was a sweet little hello from Jared. Made me happy. Let's go down here and see if we can close these girls out of the goose lot, because they don't need to be in there. This goose lot, all of this fencing around it will soon be gone, thankfully, but the cows will be closed out of this area. It's just going to be the duck yard, or the bird yard. We'll call it the bird yard. But anyway, oops. Yep. Pops had to get them out of here this morning. But I wanted to bring you all over here and show you one of the funniest things I saw yesterday. It just cracked me right up. I looked in the goose house, and I may have a goose sitting in here. She'll yell at me pretty loudly if she's sitting in here. But I looked in the goose house, and it's just filled with goose eggs. But there's no rhyme nor reason. They are scattered all over the place. She's not in here. Look at that. They're a messy crew. So I saw this. Sometimes we have little chicken eggs right there. The chickens do come in here and lay. And sometimes the chickens will lay over here in the duck house. And so I thought, well, I better open that up and just check and see if I've got some eggs in the duck house. And what I saw just cracked me right up. Talk about funny. Ducks are definitely fastidious, y'all. They are definitely fastidious. Much neater little critters. Oops, and she's on it. I'm sorry, darling. I will leave you alone, I promise. But do you see that little duck egg right there, that little nest right there? She's got dozens and dozens and dozens. Well, maybe not dozens, but she does have at least a dozen little eggs in there. And they're all in one neat, very, very neat little nest. But the funny thing is that there were some chicken eggs in there also. I thought that was really, really funny. All right, what are all these girls doing right here? They're enjoying this green grass. It's short, but it's nice and green. Hi, Ruby. Hi, darling. She says, I'm not sure I remember you right now. There goes Aiden Connor. He and Pops are just finished their lunch. They're getting ready to start building fence. There, that's Willow. Hey, sweetie. And that's the little steer. He doesn't have a name. But that girl is either Artemis or Rosebud. Oh, look. Hi, Isabella. Hi, Isabella. Look, it's you. Pretty girl. But these cows are going to have to get used to all of the new feathery ones because they weren't here. They were already across the road at Sean's. So they were not here when Aaron brought all of his chickens and the peacocks home. And my chickens were still contained in a chicken lot. So our cattle, never had to contend with birds. And they're just not sure what to do with them. Now see these girls right here? They're just taking them a little dust bath. They'll roll around and around and around and around. Weirdos. They just roll around in the sand in there. That's so funny. It is so funny to watch them. They'll preen and then they'll roll and they'll preen and then they'll roll. I love my feathery ones. But I hope you all are doing well. It's been a really trying week for a lot of people. And it hurts my heart. I know folks in Mississippi and Alabama and Tennessee had a horrible weekend. My heart goes out to them. Of course, y'all have seen now the piles of compost beginning to come about. That's a wonderful thing right there. It'll be in here, in this side. Since it's already partly decomposed, it'll be in that first stable for about, I don't know, 4 to 6 weeks. Typically, it would be in there for 3 months, but it has partly decomposed already. And then it will be moved over to this next little stable. And it will be in there for probably 4 to 6 weeks, and then into the last one. And within 4 weeks of that, we'll be using it. And each time one stable is emptied, like when that one goes to this one, we'll start putting the fresh in that one again. And then when that one goes to that one, we'll move that one to that one, and so on and so forth. You understand what I'm saying. There's Pops. He and Aiden are in the process of fixing a post in the old sawmill shed. To me, also known as the dumping ground. I don't know. I don't understand it. That whole concept, I don't get it. Say hi, Pops. He waved when I had the camera pointing at the sawmill shed. And then he doesn't hear very well, so we'll let him continue on with his morning. But I wanted to walk around here to the new garden space, or to where we're in the process of putting the garden in. All right. We were going to plant some more yesterday, but we had the windiest day I think I have possibly ever experienced without a really significant storm happening. I mean, it wasn't storming. It was just windy. I told Aiden, I said, you know, when you guys were little, this is when we always jumped in the vehicle and ran and either bought a kite or got the stuff to build a kite, and we would make one out of the big brown paper or something. But we used to love to take them kite flying when they were little. My kids too, but that's so far back I can barely remember that. There go my geese. I gotta go get my my bucket and my Jimmy stick, my picker-upper, and walk through and pick up some trash. These boys forget they have bottles sitting around, and they fly away in the wind. Can you guys knock it off? Seriously? Yes, I hear you. I do. And you're quite loud. You're quite loud. All right. But anyway, these beds up here are still covered, but barely. We had to recover them 3 times because the wind jerked up the fabric. And the biggest reason we have this going on, for one thing, I don't have a good spot to harden off my plants right now because of all the critters. Nobody's contained yet, but they will be. Hopefully by the end of this coming week, of course you can't contain peacocks because they fly. Geese typically fly, but my guys, I don't know, they're maybe a little chunky. I've never seen them get more than maybe 3 to 4 feet off the ground. So, but as soon as the bird lot is finished back there, I shouldn't have to worry so much about the critters getting over here in the garden. So right now, the idea is to keep the birds out of the garden, or keep them from pulling up my plants until we can actually take this fabric off. Some things will continue to be covered over even when the birds are put up, simply because, oops, I've got a big hole in the right there, simply because of the types of plants. For instance, the cabbages, we're going to keep them covered over because of the crazy cabbage moths. I've fought cabbage moths till I'm blue in the face. But I just wanted to show some of y'all that were concerned about them not being hardened off, that they're doing fine. They're well protected under there. I see some little weeds though that coming up in their little holes that need to be pulled. But this is a temporary fix. Like I said, just until we get these birds contained. And I'll come back and fix that in a minute when I have 2 hands. Wow, the wind shredded this stuff though. But it's protecting them. And there's the little peas. They're doing fine too. I have to bring me some clothespins over here and clothespin everything up. We've got a mess over here right now. That wind was brutal. Let me see if I can just lift this right here. And this is beets in there. And they're doing fine. I'm holding the camera under there, so I'm hoping that you can see what's going on, because I can't see what you're seeing. But anyway, it's a start. Aaron got, let me see, 6 beds over here, and we've got another bed and a half over here to plant before we start on down. So he and Corey will be here this evening, and the weather's supposed to be pretty tomorrow, and we will continue on and hopefully get everything else that's inside the house out here. Then I've got to start on the tomatoes and green peppers, because they're excuse me, they're about a 6 to 8 week plant in order to mature really nicely. And they won't go out until mid-May. The tomatoes can go out about mid-May. The peppers themselves really are good until June. I'll put them out in June. They're a hot weather plant. Look at these babies. I know. They are noisy. I understand that. Do you know what's funny about the geese, though? If you hear their voices, the ones that have the real high squeak, and you'll notice that they have, if you can attach the sound with the right goose from this angle, I don't know, then you'll notice that the ones that have the real high squeal, they also have the big echo chamber. And they're a little larger. The ones that have the real deep, froggy sounding voice and the smaller echo chamber, those are the females. So the males are real high squeaky and the females are real low, more toady. I just find that fascinating. Remember when I picked up this wire from the garden the other day? This is what happens. They have a little piece that's left over and they're working and they just roll it up kind of and stick it over a fence post, and it hangs there for a while until maybe it rusts somewhere, and after years it's just over anywhere. That's the reason I'm always picking up little pieces of barbed wire, and that's important that you look for that, because we certainly don't want that wrapped around a cow's leg. All right. Well, I'm still just a little bit winded. It'll take me a while when we get back up to the graveyard to be able to walk 6 rounds. I may have to start out with 2, y'all. But anyway. Hi, darlings. Hi, darlings. I know. I know. I know. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I know. I know. Pick up the trash as we go. Now, who couldn't love that? And someone asked the other day why we would, for any reason, get those little keats, because those little birds will grow up to sound like squeaky gate posts. And they do. They sound like a squeaky gate. I said, well, I don't really think the noise level is going to be that much worse. Bless. Silly little critters. Now, they'll go over there and they'll stand. They're going to fight with one another. Watch them. They're being stinky. Say hi, Aiden. Aiden. Hi, baby. Tell them what you're doing.
Keeping the shed from falling on our heads.
Yeah, we gotta fix the shed. We gotta fix the shed. Watch these critters fight.
I saw another groundhog, but I don't know where the AR is, and that's the only gun that's actually sighted in.
Uh-oh.
Everything else has new scopes, and we haven't been able to sight anything in.
Uh-oh. All right, geese, knock it off. They're being burgers. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to go inside and finish cleaning my floors up today. And I've got to go outside and clean up the dog lot. That's a huge, huge, huge job. Multiple times a week. Should be more than even once a day. But get her done, right? All right. Love y'all. Be safe out there. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And the geese and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.